Good morning, children. Sairam. Today, in our English class, we will learn composition, and the topic is story writing. Yes, story writing using an outline. Yes. What is story writing? Can you tell me? We all are very good storytellers. When we want to, yes, escape some work, we start narrating stories to our parents. I hope you all are also doing so. No? So let's begin with story writing. What is story writing? A story is basically narrating real or imaginary events involving real or imaginary people. Yes, so story is basically narrating about real or imaginary events. What? Imaginary events. Imaginary means just we are imagining. Yes, we are thinking in our mind and we are imagining. So according to that imaginations, we are narrating the stories, or it may be based on the real events, real happenings with us in the different situations in the life. Yes, a story needs to be represented in words necessarily. Yes, a story has to be represented in words. You have to express it in your words. Yes, your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, whether they are real or whether they are imaginary. So you have to narrate it in the words, and when you write down, you have to express it in your words. What is a story outline? Yes, what is a story outline? A story outline is a sequence of events about characters in the story in the form of points and short phrases. Yes, a story outline is a sequence of events. A sequence of events means of a chain of events that about the characters in the story in the form of points and short phrases. Okay. Who are the characters in the story? Yes, sometimes there may be living things or there may be non-living things. Non-living, like, yes, we assume as cupboard or our walls or bedroom, they are speaking to us, and when they are speaking, we bring them as if we tell about them in the story as if they are speaking to us and they are explaining us so many things. And living things like people, yes, birds, animals, and maybe the nature. Yes, we are living with the nature, and nature is the most beautiful thing from where we get to learn. Yes. So what is the structure or a format of a story? Very important. First point, beginning. The beginning or the introduction of story is of essential importance. It is very important in the beginning. How do you catch the attention of the readers? How interestingly you write down the words in the beginning so that it attracts the readers and they are interested in reading your story. So the beginning should always be very interesting. Yes. Number 2, character introduction. Your story will depend truly on how well you write your characters. In the story, about whom are you describing? that characters, yes, you have to describe them very well, and the characters you involve in the story will depict which type of story you are writing and which type of story you are willing to express it to your friends. To develop your characters, you can use dialogues as well. Yes, when you are writing about the characters for introducing them, yes, you can use dialogues as well. And the dialogues can be in the direct speech or indirect speech. When the speaker is saying, that time it should be in the direct speech, so it is very much important. And one more thing, the outline of the story is given to you. If it is given in the present tense, still the story should be written in the past tense form. Yes, in the past tense. So remember. Next, number 3, plot. What is the third point you have to remember about the format of the story? Here is the where the actual narration of the story will happen. So when you are plotting, when you are planning, so what you are going to write in the story and what are you going to narrate, so here is the actual narration of the story will happen. The events that occur or the description of the situation will be written in the plot. Yes, the events that occur or the description of the situation, the events that are occurring, happening, or the description of the situation. When you want to describe, so that is the real plot. So you have to plan carefully your plotting of the first characters and then description of the situation in the plot. Very good. Last, number 4, climax or conclusion. Whenever you watch a movie, so what is that? Even that is a story. So at the towards the end, so what happens? The real climax starts happening, and this is where the story will come to its logical conclusion. It comes to an end. So towards the end, you have to give a good climax and logical conclusion. You have to conclude, you have to complete your story with a logical, practical conclusion. Always end your story in an interesting manner. Yes, the beginning and the ending of the story should be done in a very interesting manner, so that, yes, others are attracted and interested and they feel enjoying while reading your story. Yes. Now what rules? Yes, what rules for developing a story from an outline we have to remember? So let's see. First, read the outline of the story carefully. What is the first point? Read the outline of the story carefully. Yes, number 2, develop the points of the outline. So with the help of the points, what you will do? Yes, you will start plotting, you will start planning. How will you begin? How will you give the narration and what will be the situation? So develop the points of the outline. You have to develop them. You have to think and plan carefully. Number 3, follow the sequence of the points. In the story outline, as the sequence is given of the points of the outline, the same way you have to follow the sequence. You cannot omit first one and then go to Second part of the outline. Do not omit any part of the outline. Yes, very important. Do not omit any part of the outline. Every story has a beginning, middle and an end. Yes, it has a beginning. How do we begin our story usually? Once upon a time. Yes. You can use these words, or according to your story, you can give a interesting, yes, beginning. And then middle, you have to plan carefully and narrate and describe your characters. Yes, and then towards the end, climax. We all love climax. Yes, so in the end you have to give a good ending. Number 6, make the story interesting and enjoyable. Yes, very important. If you write, keep on repeating the same characters with same narration, it becomes very boring. So to make it very enjoyable, so you have to plan carefully. Number 7, write a suitable title. What you have to do? When you begin writing with the help of the outline, before that you have to think about a suitable title. Yes, and title should be very short and sweet. A catchy one. It should attract the readers. Why this title is given, what is there in the story. Let's read the story. Yes. Number 8, moral of the story. Yes, last, after the story is over, you also have to write the moral. Moral of the story means what have you learned, what lesson is imparting the story to you. So write the lesson learned from the story. So you have to remember, you have to read carefully the outline, and accordingly you have to give a title, and you have to, yes, think about moral of the story. What do you learn? What does the story, yes, convey you? What message do you get from the story? So let's begin with our story outline. Children, you need to be very careful and attentive. When I'm reading the story outline, you have to carefully listen to the outline. A boy used to cry for new costly shoes. Poor father. Factory worker. Meager salary. Couldn't afford. The boy cried a lot. Left home. Saw a beggar at the bus stop. Yes, saw a beggar at the bus stop. He had no legs. Realization happened. Thanked God for giving him 2 legs. Yes, realized the love and care of his parents. So let's start writing. Yes, you have, as you know, you have to write this outline on the, yes, which side are you going to write? On the left hand side of your book, and the story you will write on the right hand side. Okay, children? So what am I giving the title to my story? Count the blessings, not the curses. Okay? I will read once again. Count the blessings, not the curses. Let's begin with our story. A boy used to cry for new costly shoes. His father was a worker in a factory and he had a meager salary. Yes, and he had a meager salary. Meager means a very small amount of salary. His father was working where in a factory and he had a very small amount of salary. He bought cheap shoes. Cheap means ordinary one, which were, yes, ordinary ones but very important. When you wear, they should be more comfortable, casual ones, and little cheap they were, not so costly. Cheap shoes, but the boy was disappointed. He cried a lot and left the house. He sat near a bus stop. He wondered when he would get the expensive pair. He was wondering when his father would buy a good and an expensive pair of shoes. Just then a beggar passed by on his crutches. Do you know what are crutches? Yes, the person who is unable to walk on his legs. Yes, so he uses crutches. He uses crutches along with the help of under the armpit, with the help of the shoulders, and he walks with the help of crutches. So just then a beggar passed by on his crutches. The boy was shocked to find that the beggar had no legs. Let's continue. He got enlightened. What happened to the boy? He got enlightened. Do you know what is enlightened? Yes. Immediately gave a shock of life that, yes, the beggar, a poor beggar without legs and walking with the help of crutches, at least he had legs. So what was boy thinking? At least he had legs. And then what happened? He thanked God for giving him legs, and yes, mother and father who were so caring. So when the boy understood importance of the beautiful body, and then he thanked God for giving him legs, and as well as he was very happy with his parents who were so caring. And he got the realization, he understood the importance that wearing costly shoe is not important. To protect your feet with simple ones is much important for us. Yes, we should not keep on crying for the things which we get. We should be thankful to our parents for giving us so many things, as well as we should thank God for giving such a beautiful body. Okay, so can you think of what moral do we get from this story? Anyone? Let's see. Yes, what is the moral? Be happy with what you have. Okay, be happy with what you have. So whatever God has given, whatever parents are giving to you, providing you, be happy with all the valuable things they are providing. Feel as if they are most important things for you. Don't sit on crying and comparing with your friends. Okay, children? Be happy with what you have. Don't see others and don't be unhappy. a very good lesson, very good moral we have learned. Yes, let's repeat. Be happy with what you have. Okay? So, I hope that you have enjoyed the story and it was a very quite interesting story and you have got a good moral to learn. So, here we come to the end of the session. See you in the next session. Till then, bye. Yes, children? Bye. See you.